This will bring it.
Running is a beautiful thing. It's a sport with not just physical, but mental challenges. A sport that cannot be defined by a bad call from a ref or biased judges. A sport where no coach can play favorites. You either prove you're faster or you're not. In cross country, you get no timeouts. There are no water breaks and no halftime. It's just you and 3.1 miles of racing that will define who's the champion. And one high school in Greer, South Carolina, that's no stranger coming out as champions in races is Riverside High School. Under Coach Eric Cummings, the Lady Warriors have won 4 straight cross-country state championships and just signed 3 girls to run at the Division I level. We first caught up with Abigail Smith, who committed to run for the University of Tennessee, to talk to the future volunteer runner about her high school success and how she plans to take that moving on to the next level of being a student athlete.
What does running mean to you? What has it done for you that you think you couldn't have gotten out of doing any other sport?
Well, running is just something that you can just do like basically by yourself or just with a big team, and it's great because all your teammates, you can just run together, and it just gives sort of like an outlet for if you just had like a rough day, and you can just like go running off, and something just to look forward to every day.
When you first step up to a start line on the cross-country course or the track, what goes through your mind? What do you feel or what do you see that someone in the stands wouldn't understand?
I just feel joy and sometimes pressure and nervousness, but just like excitement and a lot of happiness and just good like pump up and ready to race.
What are some of the courses that you think are your best strength, or what's your favorite course that you've ran on in your 4 years running cross country?
My favorite course is probably Lake Murray because that's very flat and it's asphalt, and I also got my PR there this year. And but my actual probably like favorite one is the state meet course, just because it does have that hill right in the middle, but it's just like good like terrain and nice, I don't know, I just like it the best.
3-time All-State, 3-time All-Region, and 3-time All-County team. How does that feel to you about those personal achievements on top of all the team achievements that you guys have accomplished?
It's really exciting, and also I'm just really grateful and humbled to be a part of an amazing team, and just to help grow cross country more in the state of South Carolina, and also just to help Riverside grow more and just become the fastest they can be.
Coming into freshman year and the times you were running, would you have ever expected all this success was ahead of you, both personally and for the team-wise? And how do you think you've progressed over the 4 years, becoming a more mature runner and taking on the challenges a lot better?
Yes, I have been taking on the challenges a lot better, and I just learned over the past 3 years more about my body and listening to my body, and like if I need to take a rest day, then like I need to take a rest day, and then the days that I need to go hard, I go hard. So it's just more learning about your sense of style of running, your form, all that kind of stuff, nutrition and stuff, which has helped me a lot through running, helped me to be better.
Now, you committed to the University of Tennessee. That's one of the real big levels in the SEC to run for cross country. What made you choose to be a volunteer, whether it's academics or also being part of the team?
What chose me to be a volunteer was definitely the coaching staff, and this year and the next coming years, they're definitely like increasing the like distance program and getting more recruits in, and they're really focusing to build up the distance program. So I just really wanted to be a part of that and just to help the team out. And also I just really love the campus and the atmosphere, and also the team.
So when you go to Tennessee next year and you start running for the Volunteers, what's some of the goals you've already set for yourself, whether it is in the classroom or whether it's on the cross country course or on the track? What are you planning to do? What do you and the coach have expectations for yourself?
Well, I haven't really thought about college yet. I'm more focused on track right now, but hopefully in college just to keep improving my times, help out the team, and try to be the best that I can be.
So academically, what brought you to Tennessee in terms of the nursing program when you went there on your recruiting visit?
I really liked just like the pre-med aspect and the nursing, and so I'm doing like pre-med to start off just to get like your courses in, you know, and then hopefully I can transfer and get into the nursing school and stuff.
Just pausing for a moment, looking back on this high school journey, what is it you loved the most? What is it that you think might have helped the most? Or what's something you might have changed in order to make things go better? But just above all, what are you going to remember being a Riverside Warrior?
Probably what I'll remember the most is the team and a lot of the girls and stuff that just helped me and pushed me to where I am today, and definitely the coaches. And I don't know, I just think this experience has been just such a great one, and I wouldn't trade it for anything else.
What do you think you're going to miss the most about being a Riverside Warrior? Just whether it's your coach, whether it's the friends you made in the classroom, on the track, cross-country course, just what have you loved about being here, and what do you think you're going to miss the most as you head on over to Knoxville?
Probably miss my teammates the most, just because we were all going in like separate directions, and we won't be too far away from each other, but like farther than we usually are. And I definitely will miss Coach Cummings. He's helped me a lot this year, and it's been great.
Talk about being on a team like Riverside. You guys are such a huge team. It takes probably 3 bus loads sometimes to get you guys everywhere. How has that helped you being at this school in particularly, whether it's your teammates or just how the athletic program is run?
Well, I think our cross-country team has just naturally just grown over the years from just winning state titles and stuff like that. But it just helps to have like a good support system, and like our JV girls and our JV boys and our varsity boys, they all cheer for us, and like we also cheer for them. So it's like a good, just like good friendships that we have on the team together.
Talk about Coach Cummings, the way he runs the program, the way he coaches you ladies and the boys, and the way he talks to you guys in pep talks and also after the races. What does he do a lot that you think has helped you, or what do you think you've gotten from him that other coaches in the past may not could have done?
Well, he's very straightforward, and I like that, and it can be good and bad sometimes. It depends how you want to interpret things, and he also pushes us to be the very best that we can be, and that's just something great, and you just want that from a coach all the time. And he encourages us, but mostly wants us to win a lot. So we just have we're very competitive, and I think he also has put more competitiveness into me than I realized that I had.
Now that you're almost halfway done your senior year, you're about to leave, what's one of the messages you want to leave for the younger classmen? What's something you would like to say to the girls that would make sure they carry on the tradition that you ladies have helped build in winning a lot of state, region, and county championships?
I would like to pass on to the girls just to believe in yourself and know that you can do it, because you can definitely succeed, and just also to listen to your body and just be the best that you can be.
Talk about some of the training you guys do. What are some of the key workouts you do in the cross-country season that really helps you, or what's your favorite one that you think does the most, whether it's endurance work or speed work?
My favorite is probably the recovery days, because
that's the same for us all.
those are just probably one of the best days, because you just get to talk to your friends and stuff, and sort of how they're feeling about the upcoming race or whatever, and just how they're feeling, and just help them out and stuff like that. But probably what has helped me the most is probably 600 repeats or 1200 repeats, and also pickups, just to help me get my fast sprint at the end, and just to turn over my legs a little bit quicker.
4 years in a row, you guys have been state champions. How do you think that has done? What has been the leadership to help you guys get there? And just what have you been working on the most to make all that come to a reality?
Well, our first year, we didn't really know if we were going to be state champions. So we worked really, really hard. And once we found out after finishing our the state race that we figured that we were state champions, that it was just a great feeling, and our coach was like, yeah, y'all could win 3 more state championships, and we were like, oh, that's so awesome, not a lot of people get to do that, that's so cool. And we just all, the top girls just trained together throughout the summers and throughout track season together, and we we have a good like friendship and bond that, and we can also compete against each other when it really matters. So it's a good team effort that like has worked together to help us win state championships.
Last year, you and two of the other girls who are one of the leaders on the cross country team were the 4x800 meter state champions. So how does that carry over into track season from what you work on in cross country?
Track season I'm very excited about this year, and we have a solid 4x8 again as we did last year, and so we're hoping we can get another win out of that. And you never really know with the 4x8 like who's going to win. It's always because you have people from the lower state that you never really run against, and so it's always just like whose day is the best, and we just hope that our day is the best for state. I sort of run the 800 and the mile, so I get a little bit of different speed workouts and stuff that I need to do better in the 800 and the mile.
Talk about the Shrine Bowl run now. It's one of the biggest things right before the big game between the Carolinas on the football field. So what do you like about doing the Shrine Bowl run this year? What do you think you're going to get out of it, or just how much fun is it to be out there?
I'm super excited about the Shrine Bowl run. It's for a great cause, and it's with all the seniors across South Carolina who got all state, which is so much fun running with the top seniors out there. And I'm just really excited for this weekend.
Three-time All-State runner Ashley Fallow sat down with us second to talk about her decision signing with the Clemson Tigers and her story behind the success of being a Lady Warrior.
Ashley, first off, just tell me, what does running mean to you when you step up to the starting line on the cross-country course or on the track? What goes through your mind, and just what makes you keep doing this sport?
Well, I have like a love for this sport, and I don't know what keeps making me doing it. Maybe it's the adrenaline rush, but it's just a passion that I have.
What's something you've gotten out of this sport that you think you probably wouldn't have gotten out of doing any other sport?
How much hard work means how much you can get accomplished when you work hard.
Out of all the courses that you've ran on in South Carolina or in any other states, talk about which course is your favorite, whether it's because it's flat or whether it's because you like hills or just, you know, how the race went. What's one of your favorite courses that you'll always remember running on in high school?
Eye Opener is probably one of my favorite courses, and I like it. I'm not sure why. I've always had mixed emotions about it, but I've always ran well there.
Talking about the workouts you do, what is one of your favorite workouts, whether it's endurance or whether it's speed work? Just what have you been doing over the past 4 years that you think really helps you become a faster runner?
My favorite is probably the mile repeats for cross country, just because it's shorter than a distance run, yet it's fast, and I like that.
Walk me through the week when it's about your nutrition. What's some of the healthy foods that you eat, or just what's some of the right foods that you think a distance runner should eat that helps you stay in shape, both physically and mentally, to be a good runner, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Just what's a typical Ashley meal during the week?
Well, for breakfast, I could have like almost anything. I like pancakes, waffles, eggs, oatmeal, and also yogurt. But hydration is really important, and for lunch, normally like a turkey cheese sandwich, and dinner it always varies based on what my mom makes.
3-time All-State, 3-time All-Region, and 3-time All-County. Just how have those personal achievements summed up the way you run and how you keep the drive going to achieve them, and how does it feel?
Every time I make an accomplishment like that, it makes me not want to lose it, and so you have to keep working harder because all the girls on our team are so fiercely competitive that if you got to work hard in order to keep the spot you have.
Now, you committed to Clemson University. What made you want to be a Tiger, or what made you want to go to a conference like the ACC to continue your running career?
I've always been a Clemson fan. I've been tailgating there since I was like a newborn, and so I just love the atmosphere. And when I went on my official visit, I loved everything about the team and the coaches, and they really accepted you, and that you could tell they wanted you to be a part of their team. And they were all so close with one another, kind of like how the Riverside team is, and I really wanted something like that in college.
Going to Clemson as a nursing major, what made you want to choose the nursing program, and how do you balance the work being a cross-country and track runner and then being successful in the classroom as well?
Their nursing program is really great, and so I've always wanted to go there. And I have a lot of determination, and I'm not sure how I'm going to juggle it, but it'll all work out when I get there.
4 years in a row, state champions for cross country. How do you think you and the team have gathered together to get that done under senior leadership, just like yours?
We're all really great friends, and so that helps a lot, and so we all train together a lot, and we help push each other through all the practices.
Just talk about the family atmosphere on the Riverside team. How have you and the girls been able to pull together, having good chemistry to help work and push each other to be faster? Just something that you've experienced that hasn't happened in the past on other teams?
We've all been friends since we were in middle school and even younger, and so we've all have a lot of the same passions and mindset, and so when we all came out for cross country, it was great to just have a lot of close friends to help us.
Being coached by Coach Cummings, just tell me how you like how he runs the program. What do you like how he does, or what do you think his training methods are that really help you? Just something you've gotten out of him that you haven't gotten from other coaches?
He's very driven about coaching, and he knows what he's talking about, and he's the way he pushes you really helps us girls.
You're about to be halfway done your senior year, so just talk about what's one of the messages you want to leave after you graduate for the younger classmen to always remember you by. What's one of the messages you would have to make sure that they always keep the drive going to be a Lady Warrior and win all the state, regional, and county championships that you guys have racked up under your leadership and under the other 3 years growing up through high school?
It's very important to keep the drive and stay competitive, but I think it's almost more important to have fun, because if you're not having fun, then you can never race as well as you'll be able to.
You're about to participate in the Shrine Bowl run, and that's one of the biggest runs that happens before one of the biggest football games between the North Carolina football team and South Carolina football team. So what does it mean to you being in this big run now, because you were one of the all-state runners, and what does it mean that it's going to be, here in your local town, and how much fun do you think you're going to get out of it with all the other girls?
I've heard a lot about it in the past 4 years of being a runner, and it's always been something that I wanted to do. And it's such an honor to be all-state and be able to do it. I'm really excited.
We end with the runner who led the Lady Warriors all season, two-time state champion and College of Charleston commit Cate Ambrose, owner of 7 school records, South Carolina cross country and track 5A runner of the year, and senior class president. This young lady has earned her chief status in her Warrior tribe. We sat down with Cate to talk about her plans at Charleston, how she serves the community, and leading Riverside cross country to its best dynasty in years.
Cate, first off, from runner to runner, what does running mean to you?
Running means so much to me. I love it. I run almost every day. Without it, I don't know. I used to swim, and now I do cross country, and I don't know what I would do without running.
Walk me through when you step up to the start line, whether it's at a track race or a cross country race, what goes through your mind right before that gun goes off to keep your body relaxed and to make sure when you go out there, hey, this is going to be the best race I've done so far?
I try to just have fun on the line and relaxed. I've learned if I think too much about the race on the line at that moment, I don't run as well as when I'm just having fun and encouraging my teammates.
What's one of your favorite courses around South Carolina? Just looking back through all your 4 years of high school, whether it was out of state or here in South Carolina running at Riverside, what's one of the courses you think you'll miss the most? What helped you the most, and why would that be?
I really like the Milliken course, which is we race Eye Opener, and that's our first race of the season. And I just remember as a freshman, that was my first big race I've ever went to, and I was super nervous. So I feel like that will always I'll always remember that course.
4-time all-state team, 4-time all-region, and 4-time all-county. Just how do you keep this going with it being up there from your freshman year all the way up to your senior year, and with your 5K PR in cross-country getting down to an 18:07? How have you been able to progress throughout the 4 years to become such a successful runner?
When I first started running, I did not know much about it. I was a swimmer before, and literally the day before tryouts for swimming, I decided to quit swimming and come to run. And so my first year I didn't really know much, and I just went out there and ran my race. And after that, I've just learned so much more about running and when not to push my body to too far. And so I think that's really helped me get my times down. And also, again, my team, just the motivation we push each other in at practice, so that helps me keep my mindset and just go out and do it for not only for me but for them too.
You have a lot of school records, whether it's your 5K, which is 18:07, or your 5:02 mile, 800, or the 2 mile. Just talk about how you think you've gotten all these personal achievements done, and what's your favorite race probably out of all of these? What's one you might remember the most?
I mean, it's hard to maintain it and keep up fast paces, but I've definitely had down slopes, and I'm not like always perfect, but to be able to have these records is like truly a blessing, and I'm so grateful for it. And my favorite race, I used to like cross country a lot better, but I've turned to like the mile. Last track season I really focused on the mile and got it down to a 5:02, which is like really exciting, so I would say that's probably my favorite race.
Since that's your favorite race, looking ahead to this track season, you think you have a really good shot of getting sub 5. What's one of the goal times to get it, and how long you think it might take?
Yeah, that's definitely a goal of mine. I was really shooting for it last year and didn't get it, but now that I have the pressure off me and I know where I'm going, hopefully I can get to that point this year.
The 2014-2016 personal state champion in cross country. Walk me through those two races. Were you expecting to win both those races, and just how do you think it probably helped to lead to 2 of those 4 state championships as a team those 2 years?
I wasn't expecting to to win it. Of course I wanted to win, but you go out and it's really anyone's day, and those days it was just my day, and I went out to race, and when it's all done and over with, it's truly amazing. It's like truly amazing feeling, and I'm just again blessed. I know I've said it a million times, but I truly am to have this ability to run and just do it all for God too.
Last year on the 4x800 meter relay team, you were a state champion, and also 2 of your other cross country runners who are also some of the leaders on the girls cross country team. Walk me through that race and how you guys got that achievement done on top of the other state championships on the cross country side.
The 4x8 we have been trying to get out for the past 2 years before last year, and once we got that, it was truly amazing, and I was the anchor leg, so running into the finish was awesome, and that's just something we've been wanting for so long, because we had won cross country before, and that's just something new, and that's something that we were striving for, so it was a great feeling once we won that. 4
years in a row, state champions from 2013 up until now. How have you guys been able to get it done, and especially with you being the leader on the girls team for the last few years?
It's pretty amazing just to have a team as stacked as us, just to be able to go to practice every day and we push each other and just make that one of our goals, and it's been really awesome to be able to do that for the past 4 years.
South Carolina Track and Field and Cross Country Runner of the Year. It's the biggest award for an individual runner in the state. So just talk about the emotions, the feelings you have right now, and when you first heard that you got the award, and just, what do you think about the possibility of getting the Gatorade Runner of the Year award? Just all these personal achievements piling up. How does it all keep your mind from exploding, perhaps?
It's really excited, and I'm super honored to be able to do that, and just blessed to have the ability to run.
Now, you committed to the College of Charleston. What did you see going down there that you really liked to say, hey, this is a program that's fit for Cate, or this is a program that can really help Cate? Just, with all these personal accomplishments, some people might think this girl's going to go to a big out-of-state school, but you chose to go to one of the in-state schools that has a really strong women's program. So what do you just like about the College of Charleston, and what do you plan to achieve there?
I mean, I toured a lot of schools, big schools, small schools, and after just going to College of Charleston, I feel like that's just the place for me. I fit there. I love Coach Seago and the athletic program, the way she individualized the runners, and just not only the athletics and the coaching is just the school. I just love everything about it, so I'm really excited.
Looking ahead, when you go to the College of Charleston, what's going to be one of your goals in terms of running? What's going to be one of the set times you give yourself in order to bring more success to that team at the D1 level?
Well, I would love to break 18 as I go into college, and I'm looking forward to race the different races, so it's not 5K always, and I don't know what my coach is going to put me in for track, but I would just like to hopefully make it to the NCAAs and help my team make it to the NCAAs, so that'd be really exciting.
Now, you plan to major in early childhood education down at the College of Charleston. What made you want to choose that major, and what about the program there do you like at the school that you think it can offer you compared to any other programs?
I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to do something with, like, be a teacher ever since I was little, and to be able to and go to College of Charleston and get that I'm super excited. And I've just want to do something with little kids no matter what. That's always been my passion, just to help little kids. And also, I'm dyslexic, and so to be able to help people like I was helped when I was little is something that I've always wanted to do.
You're no stranger to extracurricular activities, whether it's being Miss Riverside, or whether it's being part of Beta Club, or whether it's being part of the National Honor Society and student government. You're the senior class president. What makes you want to do all these, and why would you put it all on yourself when it's already stressful enough being a student and an athlete in high school?
Like I said earlier, I don't want my life just to be all about running. Yes, I love running, and but I also like to do other things and not just make my life revolve around running.
You're really a big participant in your churches, raising a lot of money for charities throughout the school year. So just talk about those two charities, for instance, with your churches, and what did they get done to help out the community? With
my church, I go to Triune Soup Kitchen, and we go to a local children's home called Thornwell, and just to go there and help, it's truly amazing. And then also I'm in student council, and so we've raised money for places like Camp Courage. This year we did Laughlin Hope Foundation, and just to raise money for those people and I like to be involved in other things and help out others and not just focus everything on running, because that stuff matters in my life too.
Talk about being in the student body, how you guys raised over $96,000 in your charity. What was that for, and what was it about? How did the idea come up with you being involved?
So I've been in student council for the past 4 years, and we've raised money for charities, like 4 different charities all 4 of those years, and it's just amazing to be able to raise that much money for one cause and see how the whole school comes together to raise money for that one cause.
Talk about Coach Cummings. What do you like about him, how he runs the program? What has he done the most that you think has helped you the most over the years? Just something that you've gotten being one of his athletes that other coaches may not have done in the past that you think's really helped you the most, and how he does it here at Riverside.
I just love how he motivates us and pushes us, and these past 4 years we would be nowhere without him. And South Carolina, we have competition, but not as good as some other states. So him being able to let us travel all the time and take us to these bigger meets have really helped us improve as runners as well. So I give him a lot of thanks.
Riverside is such a big team, and it's grown over the years. You guys might need 3 buses at one point to get to meets a lot. So what do you think you've gotten out of being on a team like this that someone at another school may have not gotten out of it? Just what does it mean to be a Riverside Warrior, and how has this program just helped you grow as a woman?
I've loved being on the cross country team, and just to have, it's not only just you go to practice and run. I go to practice, and if I'm having a bad day, my day gets 10 times better, and just to have that as an example and a picture for people to see, I think that's what has made people want to join the team, and why it's so big, because people see how much fun we have, not only running but outside of running too, so everyone wants to be a part of it.
You're almost halfway done your senior year, so what's going to be one of the messages you want to leave the younger classmen, ladies, before you leave, to one, make sure they always remember you, but also they'll remember what it means to be a Riverside Warrior, and just what it means to keep that drive going so they can win more state championships? Just what's going to be your word of motivation or your message to pass down to them as advice, being the senior and also being the fastest girl on the team?
Just stay motivated, have fun, don't get caught up in it too much, be able to stay true to yourself, and just really have fun and don't give up, just keep going. And I love them all, so I don't know what I'm going to do without them, but I know they're going to do great things once we leave.